Hey everyone. So on the eve of election day here, 2024, it's probably, I don't know, 3 o'clock on November 4th. So tomorrow's the big day. One day, winner takes all, in-person voting. Early voting wrapped up Friday. So now it's get out there and try to reach as many people as I possibly can. I'm one person doing it all. There's no other people at the polls campaigning for me. Pretty much have used my own money for the most part to fund this entire entity. There's been a little bit of donations here and there, but for the most part, it's just been coming out of my pocket, and it hasn't been cheap. I see a lot of interaction. I shouldn't say a lot because I don't get a lot because I don't have a lot of traction, but the comments that I see is like, you're wasting your time. Why are you doing this? From one end of the spectrum to the other. And I can't help but think those are the same folks that sit here and rail about politics and how things never change and all politicians are corrupt and all the things that they say about the elected officials in office. But when somebody tries to stand up and do something and using my own resources to do it, and then they turn around and they're like, you're wasting your time, or you're not going to have an effect, and this and that. And I'm like, you're what? Huh? You're the guy. You're the one that was saying, like, you're complaining about the business as usual side of politics, but when somebody actually tries to stand up and then you chastise them for it, it's crazy. I don't understand why people do that. I guess maybe they need to go back to church and spend some more time in their Bible. But through it all, it's been an amazing ride. I will be by myself campaigning in Arlington. The district is massive. Today I left Abilene. I spent the weekend at home. But I left Abilene and I was in Callahan County putting out signs at the different polling locations. And then I went up to Breckenridge, which is Stevens County, and I put out signs at the locations that I could there. I went to Eastland County, put out signs where a couple of locations that I had an opportunity to put signs up now. And I'm probably gonna, shower, shave, cut my hair, do all that stuff, get to bed real early. So I'll probably get up around midnight, 1, 2, and head out into Arlington, Burleson, some of the polling locations, and try to get more signs put out. I don't have many left, but trying to reach and talk to as many voters as humanly possible. It's important. It's important that we get this election right. We keep sending the same people back to Washington, D.C., and they don't care about us. They talk a good game, but they don't. You won't find Roger Williams, the incumbent here in the 25th, going to any polling locations. I'm in Arlington, which is the biggest population density for this district, and it's important. It's where I can get my message, my voice heard the most. So through it all, definitely don't know if I'm going to do it again. Michelle's been telling me, yes, you're going to do it again. And I'm like, oh no, right now I want to go fishing. So, but through it all, it's been fun. It hasn't been cheap, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, it's crazy how much knowledge I've learned, and what could come out of this, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I do know that the people and every person that I talk to, for the most part, and it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, doesn't matter if you're a Republican, they want change. You will hear in the media, the loudest voice oftentimes is the smallest minority. And, but everybody that I've talked to in the last couple of weeks that I've been at the polls, and even when I was knocking on doors before that, they want change. They want real change. They're tired of the status quo, and I'm trying to make that change. by myself, one guy, and it's difficult. I ran radio ads out of Abilene, broadcasting into the western half of the district. TV ads, same thing. I did some digital streaming in Arlington on Spotify and SoundCloud and a couple other platforms, but it's not cheap. That one I can guarantee you, and the minimal amount of donations that I have received, I'm truly grateful for everybody that donated, whether they donated $5 or $150. It doesn't matter. Every little bit helps because, like I said, for the most part, all of the, whether it be the advertising, the signs, the flyers, the business cards, everything, I paid for out of my own pocket. I'm grateful to have the contacts that I do, because some of those I was able to get some small one-man pricing on some of this stuff. It's been truly amazing, the amount of people that have helped me along the way. I want to acknowledge my wife, Michelle, who through everything, through all of my idiotic tirades, tendencies, whatever the case, she's always been right there behind me, no matter what. I love you, and I couldn't have done any of this without you. You absolutely are. You're the one that's been there, and I love you, honey. I couldn't have done any of this without you. My family, my kids, all of the volunteers that I've met, the folks in Eastland, Jacksboro, Arlington, you name it. The folks that have been there to support me and giving me guidance and direction. Truly, truly grateful for all of you and your help, support. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we'll see what happens next go around. Right now I would lean towards it not ever happening again, but we'll see what happens. But it's been quite a ride, and even like I was saying before, people want change. They absolutely want change, and they're tired of the status quo. They're tired of the Richmond, north of Richmond, and they want something different, and they want something better. They want to leave this place better than what they found it. And we're not doing that right now. We absolutely are not doing that. We're not leaving. We're not giving something to our children and our grandchildren that's better than where we found it. And I think people are starting to wake up to that. There's so much information out there, and the messaging that people are pushing out, some of these elected leaders. It's like I said, even the people that I meet at the polls that I don't align with politically still will come back out and say, hey, I wrote your name in. Because when I talk to them, they realize that I want the same thing that they want. I want something better for this world. I want to leave it better than where I found it. So I'm going to wrap this up, but I wanted to kind of like make a couple of videos and kind of put out some of my thoughts and everything leading into election day proper. So if you see this, let me know that you've seen it. If you see me at the polls, I'll be at the Southside Service Center in Arlington off of, I think it's Green Oaks. I can drive there, but I'm terrible with the street names. But yeah, I'll be there handing out literature, talking to voters as they go in, standing in line, just trying to reach as many people as possible. And I guess tomorrow night when the numbers come out, we'll see what happens. It's probably going to be pretty ugly, but at least I can say, you know what, I did it, And like I said, I was always taught growing up that if you're going to complain about something, you better be willing to go do something about it. So I definitely can say that I tried to go out and do something about it. I tried to make a change. So, anyways, I'll wrap this up. I just want to say thanks to everyone, and God bless.